what, 94, 90, I mean 103, 104.
Yep. Now they're buying XRP and Doge. They're gonna sell
Some
and get in
people,
all the
man,
other.
they sitting around waiting,
So,
like,
quick.
please let it go back up so I can sell and get a
Have you
better
guys heard?
price.
Have you guys heard the good news that the XRP army and Doge army have officially united?
No.
Yeah, the
Drew,
unification
that's
happened
a
here on this
secret,
channel.
man.
Straight
That's
up,
a
it happened.
secret, Drew.
Oh yeah, my bad, my
Well,
bad,
because I
my
just
bad, my
bought
bad.
some Doge, Drew.
Hey, power in numbers, man.
We're
So
gonna
what's
need you
gonna
to
happen?
come.
What do you mean they united?
So
What does
the
that mean?
community members, they got up on stage and they had a truce basically, like a truce,
Wow.
whatever it was called, I forget the word I'm looking for, but anyways, they had a truce, and they decided that they have a common denominator, not enemy, that they have to take care of, and that's Ethereum and Bitcoin. And
Wow.
pretty soon that the XRP army and the Doge army, they're gonna have to start chipping away at Ethereum and Bitcoin basically. So anytime they get an opportunity of swinging a swing pair, and like if they have any, they're gonna slowly at the right times, just chip away
Let's
at
do it.
Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I think, and it happened here on D Block's channel on the Crypto Cipher, and we're gonna make that day a holiday. Basically, we're still trying to figure out the name. I think we're gonna have a maybe option for people to choose what the name of the holiday is going to be, but it will be a holiday, and the holiday was yesterday. It was the 20th of May. Yep.
If you believe that, you'll believe anything.
That's all right. As long as there's many enough people that believe it, I'll sell.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. It's all good.
Yeah, they decided they were like, man, they're like, yo, Bitcoin and Ethereum are just too lopsided. We got to get this market healthy. And luckily, XRP they reached out their arm. They were very kind because they're number 3 market cap. I mean, they're big dogs. And they said, look, Doge, we'll take it easy on you. We'll let you guys have your X.com and your Elon Musk, but you got to help us and we'll help you because we do have a common denominator we got to take care of. So it was a
Look at
beautiful thing.
bye, bye, bye.
Yeah. And then the Pepe community, they heard of it and they're like, hey, can we get in with you guys? We want to be part of the
They're
alliance.
like, nope, nope.
And we said, no, not yet, man. You not yet. You still got
Yeah.
a few battles
Put
to run to get with us.
put the sign up on the door. No homers allowed.
Drew, you're gonna have to publish a crypto comic book, man.
It's not a bad idea.
That's so funny. Why
I'm in the
not?
middle of writing a book about my dog, my big furry dog.
Nice.
Did you call him Doge?
Is the
Nah,
book?
Doge.
I'll tell you the title. Well, I'll tell you the legits of it is Fuzzy Wuzzy. He's a big
Well, make a twist,
fuzzy.
and his name is Doge.
Yeah.
And you can't change his dog's name. That's his dog, man. Fuzzy.
The poor
But
guy,
isn't Doge a
man.
fuzzy little thing?
Yeah.
This
There's
poor dog,
connection. Doge
this
is
poor
moving.
dog that I adopted. He used to live across the street, and the people who owned him were junkies. They were straight meth heads. So the poor dog, they were irresponsible and let him out. He would get out, and he would immediately come over here across the street to my house because I got my dogs here before I had him. So they let him out, and one too many times, man, he got blasted by a truck or vehicle trying to run across the street. So the second time that happened while they were living across the street from me, I went over there and I said, "Look, guys, let me have the dog. My
Oh wow.
yard's all fenced in and everything. You know he's safe. You know he likes my dogs. Let me have the dog." And they actually agreed and gave me the dog. So he's that's how he ended up being here.
They didn't
Sounds
ask
like
for too
Doge.
much.
Yeah, so he's had his bell rung twice that I know of, so he's not quite all there. But anyway, he's such a cute, big, fuzzy, furry bear. He's like 150 pounds of Malamute. He's just a big, cute, fuzzy, happy little guy, happy big guy. He's cool, man.
Dogs are awesome. Even though I
Yeah,
got two
little
cats.
doge on steroids, huh?
I have to short it here.
Dude, he's a monster. He's literally the biggest
This
dog
might be
I've ever
crazy,
He's
but I
huge.
have to short it here. If whenever MSTR is done buying, then they'll go up and Bitcoin will go down.
Flippening. Last cycle, it's only after 65k that dominance started to go down, while Bitcoin also was going down. So we might need to see that too, no? Like, wouldn't you want to see Bitcoin in a sideways going even downward, while dominance is also going downward,
Yes.
as a sign that alts are gonna do something amazing, right? We've
I
seen
think we're gonna have that.
maybe
soon.
that's what we've seen in this dump from 110 to 74. The problem is the moment it go down, it went up.
Yeah, but even though
Hey,
dominance
Zushi.
went up, a lot of that came from stable coins going into Bitcoin as well.
How are we?
We're doing great. How you doing?
That's good. Good. Just got my coffee.
Who
I
is
can
that?
park
Rick
up at the
Carula?
computer for a few hours. Hey, yes, it is.
Hey, Zushi,
Sean?
do you have a goldfish?
A goldfish? What?
Goldfish.
For some reason, a picture you having a goldfish.
Goldfish.
Right.
Oh, I'm not sure I understand what you mean. My English is not that good. A goldfish? Is that like a
Yeah.
black thingy or?
Like a small koi?
No, bro, it's just a little fish. It's just a little fish, bro. It's just a fish that's golden
No,
color.
he got it right. He said like a small koi. That's
Yeah.
pretty much goldfish.
I appreciate that, Sean. Pretty good at describing things that aren't described correctly, like goldfish. It's orange. All right. Why didn't we call it the orange fish?
Some of them are
Actually, they
gold.
come in every color.
Oh, well, I hadn't seen the gold ones yet.
So, 4 years ago, Bitcoin dropped 50%, while dominance dropped 20%. Imagine if something like that was to happen now.
Imagine. Just imagine.
Imagine all the liquidation. Yeah, it would be wild.
We can
A
call it
50%
we can
drop.
call it orange fish.
Yeah, instead of a black swan.
A red fish so that people go
What?
short.
Exactly. Instead of black swan, we'll call it orange fish.
A goldfish. Yeah,
Goldfish event.
Trump fish.
goldfish event. Yeah. Man, that rewind candle, we're like right back up in the pocket now. That's pretty cool. It's like
High, low.
I'm not high. I'm just having a coffee. But
I'm all in.
no, I think that was for a purpose. That little rewind. I mean, how many people do you think got the obvious play of the swing fail of the all-time high? Like, fake people in and then drop it rapidly.
I got
That is
all
a very
three.
common.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's a very common Bitcoin play. Flush out.
It did
Flush
three
out
flushes.
at all. Yeah.
Pretty sure it got all the newbies.
It might even do it again, It might make you think that we're going somewhere, and then bam, rewind.
What if not, though? What if not? What if not?
Yeah, but
What if?
people.
Well, if not, beautiful.
What you say is true, but in the meantime, we pumped from 80k to 110k. These red
It's
candles
impressive, yeah.
These red candles are very rare in the subtrend, and they're small, like they're
Yeah.
5% down,
They're,
even less.
they're just
more like 3, 4%.
invitations. They're invitations to get in and join the fun. That's what they are. They're
For
just
those who
little-
have eyes.
oh,
For those
But we
Yeah.
can't get in while things are going up.
well, that's
that's
relative.
right. So these,
Everything
and
relative, though.
that's why these exist, so that people can join in these pullbacks.
Bitcoin's too small, man.
The problem is there's going to be a pullback that doesn't come back, and you're going to be like, oh,
Yeah.
crap.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's
That's
when
the
they
tricky
pull
one.
back and everyone gets XRP and Doge because they united. Now everybody's happy.
No, it's Doge
Yeah.
and XRP.
Either or, man. I'll give XRP props since it's number 3. You know, credit due. So yes, XRP and Doge since its market cap is higher. But maybe one day, you never know.
It was actually a pretty terrible day on the stock market. Like it fell pretty sharp.
Gentlemen, any changes with my mic?
Yeah, it sounds good.
I can hear you.
It's better.
Yeah, sounds
You
better.
can,
Yeah, it's not loud, so it sounds good.
yeah, you can speak up if you want. You can use your full volume of voice. into
It's
the
on
mic.
the full.
You'll be fine.
It's on the full volume.
You can use your chest.
Yeah, use your
Yeah,
chest
he's
voice.
he's saying you can use your full volume of your lungs, bro,
Voice.
not your
Yeah, you don't have
computer
to whisper.
volume.
Yeah, you can project like a singer. if you
Wow, look at it move.
No, I'm not saying.
Wow. And that guy was just calling it there, saying, yeah, get in,
want. You
dude.
can tell the voices of people that are trying not to wake up their family. They're like, "Hey guys, what do you think about?"
No.
Big buys coming in. Big buys. You know I'm not waking no one up except these cats. Let's go.
Big buys.
That's
Except
great.
these.
Big buys, big buys.
Big buys, big buys. That's what I was missing for Pascal for days.
So funny, dude. Oh, $5.4 million all at once. Bought.
I didn't know you
On
had more than one
OKX.
pussy over there, Drew.
Oh yeah, I do the multiple slap. What was that? The Qui-Gon said the slap cat or something. I forget. Whatever.
Bobcat,
Inside joke.
slap
I'm
cat.
not even gonna go there.
Wow, I'm really
Oh,
sitting
you
out
know
for a
what's
long
crazy?
time.
When Drew holler out big bass, it's a lag between him and my computer. All I gotta do is hit the button and catch the pump. So I hope he don't fake me out. Cause I'm gonna just start hitting the bad button. As soon as I hear him, I'm gonna hit the button.
No, you're good, man. I'm not faking no one out. Every time I see it, I say it.
I shouldn't have told him that. Now he gonna do it on purpose.
Nah, man, I'm not. We're united now, man. Doge Army and XRP Army. We're good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what's going to be the new color we rep?
Drew is my new indicator.
As long as you don't. Oh, I'm not even. But yeah, Bitcoin's still creeping. It's I mean, I'd say its point of control on this local area is right at 108,870ish. We're just above it right now.
Hmm.
And previous
Tom got
resistance.
smacked.
That's the previous resistance we got rejected off of. We're sitting on top of it nice right now.
Drew, I've
Is
never
this
heard
story-
nobody. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Is this story about the guy who bought Bitcoin with pizza real or?
Of course, man.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
I mean,
Yeah,
That's a hard life
Bitcoin-
to live for the rest of your life.
Bitcoin used to
but that
be
happens, look,
very, very low value. Yeah.
look,
Used
that
to be.
happens.
So what kind of place would accept Bitcoin for pizza back in?
Check this
those
out.
times?
That Bitcoin
But
story.
no,
I bet
he
you something
he
like
Lancel.
tipped the guy. It was
Yeah.
a tip.
Yeah, it was a tip. I bet you something like that happened to you and you don't even know it. So think about this. Have you ever had a Nintendo back in the day?
I actually have not.
Okay, let's see. Have you ever had any like nice Nike Air Jordans back in the day, like 1980s or nothing? Anyways, let's say if you had a Nintendo that you didn't open and you kept it wrapped from back in like the late 80s, and you still have it, you could sell that for more than $1 million right now. You know what I'm saying? So
Wow.
all of us have passed those type of opportunities without even knowing it. There's so many things
No, I'm just
that
saying.
have slipped through our hands that we have not known that go into antique stores that someone figures out that is worth something like 30 years later, 20 years later. So it's like, man, those things happen, you know, and you just gotta accept it.
How do you live the rest of your life? I'm glad it didn't happen to me.
And that's what I'm saying. It did happen to you. You just don't know it.
I mean,
I'm sure
we
you had
could have
something
all
in
bought.
your hand
We,
that you don't know of, that like some toy when you were a little kid that if you would have kept in its box and not opened it up and tried to sell right now, you would have probably 300x'd it.
yeah, I bet you even just 2 years ago, we had positions open that if we had left them open, we would be like really, really well off right now. You know what
Well,
I
I
mean?
do remember buying Doge for man, I think I had a couple
Like
million. It was like
fractions.
for 0.000 something.
Wow. Yeah. So
Right.
things like
I
that.
had about
It's like you had it. You had it in
500,000
your
of
hands.
those.
If that went to $1, damn.
And I remember thinking about Doge ever going to dollar, and I was like, yeah, right.
It's gonna be there. Watch.
Oh, it will.
Just
It
watch.
will. For sure. And it was Robin Hood times, too. Robin Good. They would
Robin
stop
the Hood.
asking on trade.
Robbing people. Yeah.
Big
A lot
buys,
of
big
people
buys.
had Doge just because Robinhood only had a handful of cryptos back then. So you
Oh,
would just
yeah.
buy all the cryptos that was on that
Yeah.
app. So that's
Yep.
how a lot of people got lucky and got into Doge just because it was the only thing that you could buy on
That's how I
Robinhood.
got into crypto general.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dogecoin.
when Robinhood put
And guys,
XLM on Robinhood, all my hard work, God. Oh, dude, I hate institutions. We need this shit
damn. Guys, Bitcoin's
decentralized.
about to make another higher
Fudge.
local high right now. Just letting you guys know it's approaching, and it looks like if these bulls just give it a little extra push, we might get a little champagne.
Bye, bye, bye.
Let's go.
I'm a short.
Isn't she beautiful? Look at the size of it.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Which one? Isn't she beautiful, or look at the size of it? Which one?
Okay.
Both.
Oh, rejected. Not enough funds.
You
That's
She
must
what I
be
said
from
thought.
it's beautiful. Look at the size of it.
Oh,
you
it was
go.
just one sentence. I got it. I got you.
Yeah.
That was a good comeback.
It was my crappy impression of Steve Irwin.
Super chat from Doge Viking Norway. Sent 10 crypto cipher gifts memberships. Yeah, Doge Viking
Oh.
Norway in the house. It wasn't a super chat. I don't know. I just have that reflex of saying super chat. Big buys, big buys. Who's gets a membership? Eric got a membership. Robert Orr got a membership. Christopher McKell got a membership. Crypto Scarface got a membership. Shoni Saban got a membership. David Raju got a membership. Nadi82 got a membership. Ralph got a membership. Namaris got a membership. Yeah, Doge Norway in the house.
Oh yeah.
And we
Let's go.
pop, baby. Let's
Big
go.
buy.
Isn't Bitcoin darling? Very close. Oh, 5.5 million. Buy. 8.3 million. Those are some big purchases. That's on Bybit. Those big ones.
Big purchases. Big purchases.
whoppers. Oh, $13 million buy on Bybit right now.
It wasn't me.
All at once. Oh, it's gonna cascade, man. Look at all these buys coming in. 5, 7, 2, 4 million, 7, 5 million.
Oh my,
One.
yeah.
They're just coming through, man. Oh, 5 million again.
Must
7,
be
5,
Saudis
3.
and Saudis.
They purchasing.
Roquete, roquete, roquete.
Holy moly.
Or like kaboom.
10 million.
Oh,
4
shit.
million. 1.8.
Keep pushing it.
That's a big. I think that 14 million was the biggest I've seen ever on the
That's what she said.
aggregator.
That's
pretty cool.
fucking big.
Come on, Bears, get wrecked.
Man, these bears are getting cooked.
Has anybody ever had a bear meat?
I mean, I was bear
had-
earlier.
I-
I was a bear this
I
morning.
had some.
So
I had some bear jerky.
It depends
How
how you
is it?
spell bear. Is it BARE or BEAR?
No,
BEAR.
B-E-A-R. Like I had gator
No,
before.
I
and
know,
it
but
tastes really
like
good.
bear, BARE, bear meat. Anyway,
BARE refers to naked,
naked person.
ass.
BIGBUYS.
Like, if you don't have any food in your cupboard is bare. BARE.
No, like
you don't
bear,
have any
bear,
clothes
like,
on your bear.
like Russian bear.
You're a. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
My butt is
Has
Bare
bare.
anybody ever
naked.
tasted
as
a
in-
bear?
No.
No.
No, I never. I had gator.
I have.
That's as far as I gone.
Tried to tell you
I had gator
bears.
jerky. I had bear jerky.
How is bear? Does it taste like what?
Tastes like deer.
Like a
Yeah,
mouse.
kind of.
Testing like a
You don't know what bear tastes
It's
like.
sweet
Don't
meat,
you
man.
smell the air? You don't smell the burnt bear in the air?
It's cooking.
So we're
cooking,
cooking.
yeah,
We're
they're
cooking
cooking.
bears for dinner. I tried to warn y'all before I left bears. I spoke to you directly. I pleaded to you to stop the foolishness. But you just
Unjustified
kept leveraging.
So the guy, I don't know who it was yesterday, and it's okay. But he's like, why are you so bullish? Like, why are you being bullish right now? Well, this is why. This is why. I know I said this already.
Oh, he's
Why are you
listening.
talking so bullish?
There you go, Bitcoin.
Why are you talking so
They're gonna
bullish?
give up.
Big
soon,
bites.
these guys.
I
Don't get
guarantee
too
you he
don't get
listening.
too excited here though, guys.
No, I know. This could be another touch and go. Whoa! Look at the aggregator light up. That's
Oh, you guys are
crazy.
going to give me another opportunity to get another 20% more coins? Okay.
Let's go. Let's go.
Actually, not 20%. I only got like another 3-4% coins, but whatever. Give me some more coins.
Yeah,
Man, I
Senhos,
need to go
there's
buy a
no
bottle of-
volume. This isn't running off of volume. This is running off of bear, off of pure bear
Like
blood.
whale pumps.
It's just a little pump that cuts through liquidation and squeezes. Like right now, we're done with our liquidation, so FOMO comes in here. Our final vector is covered.
Yeah.
If FOMO picks up, we'll keep going. If not, market maker will pay himself on this vector. That's not the problem. The problem is, and not the problem, but the good thing is that if we do clear this vector, I promise you, by the time we get to the bottom of it, there'll be another fresh stack of liquidations above us.
Yeah.
They're already starting. Look, we haven't even started coming back, and they're already piling in. So this will go as
Wow,
long as the
man.
Bears decide that they want to degen here. That's how far this will go.
Is the book lighter than usual? Like the order book?
Yeah, there's really not a whole lot there. That's what's so crazy about it.
Yeah.
Like,
That's why it's moving so quickly.
yeah, it's just liquidation hunts, and it's just pushing its way through the book.
There's a big order at 110 though, and it's been sitting
Yeah.
for 6 months
That's
now,
about our
so
route.
Since November.
This is what I've been saying, that I don't want to attack that wall until we know we can pass. This isn't how you break that, in my opinion. I can be proved wrong
Is
here
there
in a
a
second
good-
and look stupid, but
Is there a really good order book for Bitcoin on CoinGlass that like amalgamates all of them?
I would
you
look
know,
into look into CoinAnk. That's
Yeah.
a good CoinAnk is good. I think they've got a 30 or 60-day trial just to see if because it is paid.
Yeah.
Oof.
Try out Coin Lobster. It's free. They got free Coin Lobster.
Oh man.
Glass also is free.
Portions
Big
of
buys
it.
coming in.
Yeah.
Big buys. Big
Oh.
buys. Big
Yeah,
buys.
look at the book.
No,
man.
no,
24,
no, they're
52,
About to lose
big
$1.
20 Bitcoin.
Yes, there are.
Are we
There's very
launching?
Big buys. Very big buys.
There was a
Someone got
40. There was
140
a
Bitcoin, it's
41.
all.
There was a 41 Bitcoin delta neutral trade right there, just to show
Yeah.
you
That's
how
wild,
much,
man.
how many coins are
Wait for
sitting
the
there.
1,000 Bitcoin. It's coming. It's coming.
49. There's almost a 50. Oof. Look at that Bitcoin dominance on the rampage.
Mhm.
Shoot, that's crazy.
And
We're not at the
it's
highest
now
we've ever been, though.
Volume
absorbed.
candle.
Wait,
A lot of
What?
people
what's
peeking
going
in
on?
right now, you reckon? Take profit?
This is being sold into.
This looks like the highest
Yeah,
we've
the
ever
sell
been.
is bigger than the buys you were mentioning.
And this is being sold into.
It's being absorbed.
Sometimes things pump because there's more buys than sells. Sometimes things pump because of the overwhelming sells. Things can't pump if there are no sells. So there's a difference between a pump that is supported by spot and a pump that's being sold into.
Imagine being in this vicious cycle and being a degen whale, but you have so much money, but you know you're addicted to shorting. But every time you short, the exchange has to purchase the coins you're shorting. Imagine being stuck in that kind of cycle.
The market maker comes in.
I think they're gonna change their mind soon. It's been 7 weeks.
I can imagine it because I was doing this one.
I don't care, bro. We
Come
can sit here
on.
and smack all-time highs over and over, but it always feels just as good as it did the last time.
But my point about that is like, you know, it's kind of like the short squeeze scenario, or you can have vice versa. But the more people do go and, you know, and they short, the exchanges have to have the coins for the market. So even though you're shorting, it's like there's coins being purchased, especially if the exchange starts running out or running low, and they're going to have to buy it on the open market. And that's going to go against your short.
See, the volume is dropping down now.
All right, so
wanted to
let's invert the chart. Does this look like a bottom to you guys?
The thing with shorts is now that the government is gonna use taxpayer money to buy Bitcoin into strategic reserves, even though they say they're not gonna use taxpayer money, it doesn't matter. It's the government's money, so it is everybody's money, right? So it means that when you're opening a short, when you make money on the short, you're gonna be taxed on that money you made, and that money is gonna go back into buying the coin you made money shorting.
What if I hide the money in a wallet somewhere else?
Yeah,
Well,
you're
maybe
going up,
you
what if you're
evade
going up your
taxes, but
spot
that's
rate?
not a good idea. And
You're going to hide.
I mean,
What you thinking, D-Block?
I mean, that was a hypothetical.
So, like I asked, would you buy here to go long? Look at the chart.
It could be a double bottom.
All in.
Either it bounces here and is a double bottom, which is a double top, or it loses support and goes down.
Yeah,
further.
it's a support.
of course,
It
it's
could be
an
a
obvious
support
short.
failure.
The problem is the order flow doesn't still match, in my opinion. It's something odd about this.
Doge upside down. Doge upside down is definitely go.
You're on a 1 minute chart, right, D-Block?
No, it's the no, it's
5
the
minute,
big
okay.
time frame stuff. Oh, I thought it was with the triple top.
In England, they want the tax every transaction. They already did it. Every transaction. So you must pay
And
tax for every
Big buys.
I'll be right back.
Big buys. Yeah, they tax every transaction already. I mean, that's kind of transaction fee, kind of, and then you get extra tax for because in the U.S. every transaction is a taxable event, basically. But we got some big buys coming in. Big buys coming in.
big buys.
Imagine paying a tax.
Look at that.
Can we keep the
I
rockets
love
for
it. I love
110,
it, man.
please? Because
Is there gonna be
I love it.
blue sky?
the order flow is neutral. That candle is 50-50. There's no big buys.
Is there gonna be
CVD went down actually. We're missing 80 Bitcoin now since it's the opposite. It's exactly
blue
the
sky?
opposite.
Come on, blue sky.
I'm still on the CD.
Does it look like a bottom now?
Yes.
Almost.
Yep, I'm definitely about to go short.
All I want to see is a stopping volume candle,
Well,
and I'm all in.
Yeah, the price
Have you ever
the
seen a
price
sup-
range isn't excluding this being a bottom. The candle structure is, in my opinion.
Yeah.
We've seen supports break and then like price explodes downward. You know, from a support
I mean,
failure.
if you ask
Which is
me,
what I
I would go
expect, yeah.
grab. I would go grab that group of liquidations. It's so close, man. I'd go
Yeah,
snag it and then go back the other direction.
Bitcoin is going up.
Oh,
Big
blue
buy.
sky, blue sky,
Big buy.
blue sky.
Big buy so many.
Oh yeah.
So right
Here we
now, Bitcoin's never been higher. Right now, that's so cool.
That's so
Oh,
cool.
really? Wow. Congratulations,
yeah.
everybody.
Are you ready, Zeusy? Here come the rockets.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it. Of course, I'm ready to trade it.
Our keys
Oh
$50.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Our
Oh
keys
yeah.
to pick up.
111,000, baby. We just popped.
I want this
Pump it
euphoria
up,
to be
pump it
followed.
up.
I want this euphoria to be accompanied with taking profits. You can't sound that hype and not pay yourself.
I don't have any euphoria.
Sell it, man. Sell it.
Waiting for Curtis Jackson.
2.
It's It's still
But
too
the
early to
coin
call.
I'm in isn't this, so I don't have any euphoria for this.
There you go.
I mean, if XRP gets up to 250, I'll be a little happier.
Oh, thanks for the
110?
Cyber Crypto Cipher gift memberships. Sent 10 memberships. Good on you, bro.
10 gifted memberships. Appreciate you, Doge.
Doge Viking Norway.
Was there something wrong with Discord today?
I don't know. Somebody was saying the
Is
sound
there
was off.
something wrong with it?
I don't know. I
Oh,
could've-
Discord.
I couldn't even.
If we break this D block, you think we're gonna keep pushing?
Guys, we gotta, like, I know we're excited, but we gotta talk one at a time and cut each other off.
Right.
But yeah, I do think this could keep pushing. I also think that it's being sold into, and it's probably a smart idea to do what they're doing.
But who's buying though?
Michael Saylor,
Who's
baby.
buying? I'll give you one guess who's buying at 109K. The FOMOers.
Michael
It's not
Saylor's
retail,
buying.
It's not retail buying. They don't put
We're
limit buys
all
like this.
retail, bro. Everybody in this room
Rockets,
is retail.
rockets. We just cracked it.
Retail is
You
buying
guys
the
need to
tops.
buy.
They're
The
FOMOing
limit
into
order?
this.
Yeah, there we
Oh
go.
my God! Look at
We
that.
are in price
Oh, we need-
discovery.
Oh,
There goes the.
it's legit.
There goes the
It's
support.
legit.
There
It's
goes
your
the
big
support.
Holy
I
smokes.
just added. I just added to my.
I'm losing my
Buying
$5.
Damn,
Bitcoin
dude.
at $100,000. I mean, Jesus, wow.
Okay, we gotta hear some
Let's
music,
go.
people.
All right, now the
People
belief
think they're
phase kicks
never
in.
ever gonna see $90,000 Bitcoin again in their life. They are
God.
FOMOing right now. They think this is it. If they don't got it now, this is their last chance to have one whole Bitcoin. Everybody wants to have one whole piece of the pie, but they can't do it. It's command. Everybody's going crazy. It's a frenzy. It's like the 49 gold. Big buys, big buys.
I gotta roll it. I gotta roll a joint.
Ooh.
I'm with you there, D.
Man.
Holy
Oh
Corona.
yeah.
Do you guys have Bitcoin? That way
I got some
No.
Doge. Bitcoin got the Doge.
Got XRP.
I don't
No,
have
they got a Bitcoin.
As long
I
as
can't
people
afford-
take their profits from Bitcoin and feed our alts, then I'll be.
I still have more
Yeah, that's
Bitcoin
what I
than
want.
anything else. So
Here comes a lot of cells coming.
Look, we have another 34 minutes to daily reset,
I can't believe there's someone buying
and we
500.
already
Imagine sitting on $100,000 right now, and you're like, this could be the last time I could get one Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's what someone just thought, and they bought 500 of them. I'm like, what the heck?
That's probably it. Yeah.
You know, I look. at
Michael
company-
Saylor is sailing right now.
Yeah, was that Michael Saylor?
Sailing the high seas.
Pop a champagne.
Yeah.
Yes. Champagne, please.
And
This is a huge
I-
buy. That order
I'm
has
actually
been.
going to go out and buy a bottle of champagne today.
there's
It took us
nobody.
6 months to buy this.
There is nobody on spot in Bitcoin. Not a single trader on spot in Bitcoin that's underwater right now.
That's true, yeah. No one's underwater on Bitcoin right now.
Not one.
Even the people from
Not one.
even the people from an hour ago.
Yep. Even the people that
Oh,
jumped more than
shit.
20 seconds ago are in profit.
Push it, push it, push it.
Yo,
Oh my God, 200.
Oh my lord.
I 150x'd it long. Let's go.
I got a good picture to put on my chart here. We'll add that in.
Where is Michael Saylor
Oh.
from?
Now that the big buy happened, I'm like personally more interested in trying
Yeah.
to catch an SFP and all.
Oh my gosh. Total is.
High at all-time high.
Guys.
You are leaving money on the
Guys, volume. Jesus.
Is it time for Doge to run?
Right now, Twitter's going crazy. Yes, Doge's moving. Everyone's moving. It's a frenzy out there.
Well, there's some TPs happening too. People are definitely skimming some off the top, taking profits. It's happening.
Yeah, I'm people. Just to be completely clear and transparent here.
I'm not taking no profits yet. Nothing. I'm staying all in.
No, you're not.
Oh shit! I just shorted.
There's an arm
You know
wrestle
what I
coming.
love watching is the Rasta tape. This is the type of tape I like.
Anybody who bought in the last 5 minutes is now underwater. And you're the only ones underwater. Out of all Bitcoin holders, you have the special...
Ooh, look at that short.
You have
Come on,
the
baby.
special classification as the only underwater Bitcoin holder.
Dude, you know what I visualize this?
Because I'm about to call up my vampires. Watch out.
I visualize a room full of people throwing money at each other, like throwing dollars and like the coins and things.
It's what the stock
It's
market
just like a money fight.
Look at the volume.
That's a money fight right now.
Of course it is. And it's like 7:30 on the East
coming down
Coast,
now.
so people coming home from work, they're looking at this and they're like,
Money
buy!
fight.
Buy! It's going to 200.
That's crazy.
Kathy Woods told us it's going $1.5 million. Let's go.
Kathy Woods could be wrong and still doesn't got to sell her yacht.
Yeah, she's chilling.
She could,
For real.
she could say what she wants.
Okay, I'm going to play the battlefield. Don't bother.
This volume is crazy.
Yeah, it's all but
It
sell
is.
volume here too. Like look at the buy volume, and then look at it eclipsed by the sell volume that came in at the end there.
Yeah, I'm going to go twist one up. I'll see you guys at $137,000. I'll be right back.
It's because the candle is red right now. Most of that is a
Was
market
buying.
buy.
Yeah, this is
yes.
shorts covering.
Candle
A lot of
color
it
is
was
wrong.
It's shorts covering, guys. It's shorts covering is what it is.
It flipped
Shorts
red because the
covering.
candle became red.
The shorts.
Yeah. What happened is one big buy here.
People bought into the rally. People sold into the rally. They sold into shorts having to sell. As soon as shorts had to stop covering, the sells that were going into that rally are still. That's where that candle comes from. There were sells the whole way up.
Yeah.
It was being sold into. The question now
Well, yeah,
is,
if this-
do we pop, right? Did this create enough
Yeah.
FOMO for us to actually have a spot supported push?
Well, it's basically clearing out the book of people that wanted to take profit at this price. Like, they wanted to get rid of it at this price. Okay, cool. Here's your opportunity. We get that out of the way.
Yeah, and
You
think
get
about
that
it
out of the
this
way, and then
too.
you've just got people that believe it and that want to see
But
it
then
go higher.
we're
Like,
gonna-
we'll buy it.
Get them out of the way, and then not let the buyback in. That'd be
Well,
the
that's
full.
that's how this works, right? You go from strong hands to weak hands, right? So the market will shake out the weak hands, and as the weak hands get shaken out, the strong hands accumulate those Bitcoin, and eventually you get to the point where the balance has shifted, and Bitcoin's in the hands of strong hands, and that's when price moves. Nobody's willing to sell anymore. They're holders, and then anything that comes in after that blows this up.
Yeah.
Yet
So,
the
yeah,
amount of
the environment that would get Bitcoin to go to 150, 180, $200,000 can be formulating right now. Like it can be cooking.
We're seeing it on the bonds, in my opinion. When we get that bond failure, I think Bitcoin, stock market, everything goes absolutely crazy.
Yeah, this was fantastic. I mean, I have to keep pinching myself, but we were down at 74,000 not long ago.
Tell me about it.
We're gonna do it.
What I
And it's
really
like-
love is the majority of people that came into this Discord and this YouTube came in at 74K. When everybody else was saying that it was
nice.
over and we were the only ones that were giving like some
Yeah.
sort of hope. Like we got our numbers blew up at that time. So I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
for a fact that most of the people that are here got in early and are now like enjoying the fruits of their labor,
Yo, D-Block, I'm one of those people. I was just watching on YouTube, and
Yep,
like
me
I was
too.
like, man, this is over. Like, then I found your channel, and I was like, man, you were the only one that like kind of like was giving like realistic, like what's happening versus just like some clickbait.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
I second that as well. I was one of them, and now I am literally showering in the fruits of my labor for sure.
I mean, unofficially, really, this is D's second Discord when it comes to TA. If you want to be technical.
Yeah. Nah, you guys from the old channel and shit. We've been here since before Saturday Night Live on Doge.
Yeah, 420
Nah, that was wild.
Some of us have been here since before the very first Elon Doge tweet.
Oh yeah, I came in on the XRP all-time high pump of 2018.
It's the first
That
channel
was
on YouTube where
Wow, I'm the resistance. I'm the support. I think it will go lower.
streaming for 24 and explain
What does that become then? Just a false move?
the best YouTube channel for traders while he's existing.
All I heard was best YouTube, and I appreciate you, brother. I'm sure there was a lot of more kind words that I didn't catch there.
Not really for what they're doing, because the past 10 years, 7 years, I will watch everything where I can, but no one is just streaming for 24 hours and explaining, oh, we're going to this level, this is going to happen because of this and this, and we're going down, and we're getting bounced from this place. Okay, I understand, but your channel is one of the kind.
I appreciate you, brother.
I'm happy to be with this
community.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm happy because I take my.
Well, wait a second. We have buys at 100 and sells at 120 now.
Zeusy.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
It's just his mic. His mic's low. It's probably lower for some people in the chat too. So.
Sorry. Again, sorry.
You're good, brother.
Yeah.
Zeusy a beast.
Zeusy,
Hey,
all
guys,
right.
I just woke
But
up.
what about these buys though?
I just woke up here, guys. Do you think we're gonna pump today, or what's happening?
But we just did no 5% up. I mean,
Yes,
nothing
kidding.
huge.
I'm listening to you guys all the time.
Oh my God, you almost made me choke. I'm sorry.
I know.
I almost died.
But he's right though. Bitcoin is only up 3%. People.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing crazy, and I'm not putting it past. Like I said, we need to get above ATH and hold though. Right? It's one thing to hate ATH, and it's another thing to successfully take it and capture it. We're not there yet. And like I've been saying, my thesis for the past week is that we need some of this liquidity underneath to do that. Even if we don't go all the way, at least these buy. You know, look what happened when we touched that 434. But imagine if we had come down and grabbed all these buys.
Don't you think it's good to hit the 110?
It's a good psychological. It's a good sort of attaboy pat on the back. But my problem is if we go down to the 100 like we're supposed to, from 110, even though I've said a $10,000 move on Bitcoin should be expected at all times in either direction, it's gonna kill sentiment. It's a lot different going from not from 106 to 100 or 102 or whatever, than going from 110. But we'll see what they have in store. It's obvious to me that there's big money trying to keep this thing afloat. The question is, are they trying to keep it afloat because they weren't done taking profits?
Is the timing did the timing sort of catch you off guard, or do you think this was the plan?
I mean, the only thing that happened that, in my opinion, shouldn't have is that we shouldn't have left all of that down to 100. Right? We left a lot of stuff underneath, like a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't mind leaving it to the next bear market. It's not a problem. It's not a situation where it's like, oh, I wanted to load back up, even though obviously I did. I would have loved to buy some more shit at the bottom. But it's for the health of the push that it's my concern, right? I like a nice, healthy push, one that we don't have to worry about big retracements and all that shit. And it wasn't a big retracement, right? We were down here 102, 104, going back to 101, 100. That would have been nothing. Now we're starting to talk about a bigger drop here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was just gonna ask you, don't you think we might go back and just grab some there?
I think we should. I don't think that whales have, like I said, if you look at the title of the stream, it's BTC whales versus market maker round one, right? All the whale motivation is above. All the market maker motivation is below.
What do you need to hear?
Gotcha.
So we're watching that struggle here. And you can see where the struggle started with all the volatility, right? We want to go up. No, we have to go down. No, we're going up. I said we're going down. You know what I mean? Like, you can see the fight. That's why I said that it's like an action movie if you know what you're looking at.
You know what I'm thinking also, you know, we are midweek Wednesday, so it's nothing really to let them pump this thing all the way up to Friday, trap people in some longs because they think this thing is going to be skyrocketing, and then just tank it on the weekend because who suffers the sentiment, sorry, anyway, who suffers the emotional drawback of it? It's retail. You know, it's not maker. It's not them guys. They don't give
There's a
two
long
shits.
weekend also.
They'll drop it to 100 and not even care, think twice, and then they'll pump it right back up again. But we take the blow. They don't care.
Hey, you guys wanted to talk shit about Biden the other day, but I don't know, man. Kind of looks like.
But the top only for like 24 hours.
Kind of looked like Bitcoin took a Viagra after that little kiss.
I mean, Biden, he knows his economics, man, for sure. You know.
I'm just talking about the sticker that I put on the chart.
No, I know. Yeah.
Oh, so he was just basically like blessing Bitcoin,
It always
like rubbing his shoulders.
Yeah. Everybody thought it was creepy, but Bitcoin liked it.
I thought he was smelling the hair.
Hey,
Like
one
it.
man's trash, another man's treasure, right?
Yeah.
Watch
Don't
out
let
above.
nobody's Young, bro. Maybe people like to be sniffed.
Yo,
Bitcoin
I'll let
did.
Biden sniff. I'll let him sniff me if he pumps Doge.
Damn, you got a big Doge bag, huh?
It's pretty big.
Doge bag.
Of the Doge.
It's pretty big.
That's
Do you,
funny.
Drew? Do you
I
have
think
any
maybe-
original Doge like from
Yeah,
2021
I do have
highs?
some old
Yeah.
school.
Come on, guys. One at a
Hey.
time.
I've got much
One at a time, bro. We
It's-
can't hear nobody when y'all all talk at the same time, man.
Yeah, it's not that much. It's just a little bit.
I think maybe we all need to just be more comfortable with Biden sniffing our hair. You know.
Next week, Monday is bank holiday in UK, so maybe they're going to drop in next Monday because it's bank holiday
Possible.
on Monday.
I'm about 15% out of this Bitcoin.
D-Buck, we're at your alts will go crazy level.
Yeah, but we have to get above and hold it though. It has to sustain that all-time high.
Okay, let me add that to the text.
Yeah.
The daily close could be
When I wrote this.
We need to get up here and then move sideways, and the alts will rip.
That's why we had Mr. Bear up here, right? Mr. Bear is a warning that this isn't going to be a normal break. Like, this is going to take a lot of liquidity. Because there's so much volatility in this area. And you see the volatility we're just getting up to it. Right? So the chances of breaking and breaking back down under are larger than breaking and holding. Which means if we're going to make that push, we want to load up. Right? We need the ammo to do that with.
What happened to 50? Did he catch a black eye?
50's all the way up at
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 50's at 150.
50 somewhere around here.
Oh, shit, I was about to say 50 turned into
That's
75
funny, man.
cents.
That's funny.
that is. Oh man.
Hey D, you gotta find a picture of 50 with his mouth open and just have that candle waiting. Like, when the candle come up, he just gobble it all up.
Excuse me. That was funny.
That's like that look he gave P Diddy.
Listen, that's the best top signal you're gonna find in crypto. Can you imagine the day when price breaks through that, and then we scroll down and it's just 50 looking at us? He got that look on his face like, I told you. Told you so.
Vitamin water.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, this Diddy case is like a video game though. They found
Very
the final,
scary.
they
Very
found the
scary.
final
Very
boss,
scary.
man.
Very scary.
The final boss is like Punisher or something. Diddy post it's like you end up at
I'm
the
just
Freak
waiting
Fest.
for the movie, bro.
Yo, imagine running into the Punisher at the Freak Fest. Yo, that's no good.
Who's the A-listers that they're gonna be getting to play their roles, bro?
Yo, Justin Bieber, man, he was hanging.
Nah, you're gonna have to bring all new stars, bro. These are people who've never made a movie before and they need a chance. I don't know anybody.
Right. That's the only way, right?
Right? Unless you want to come in and play yourself. I don't think people are gonna be lining up for that job though.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
Bro, this whole thing is a simulation, bro. When they pressed play in that courtroom and it was Prince's voice from the grave snitching on Diddy and talking about all the shit that happened in the parties, I was like, this is peak simulation, bro. Like, there has to be a reboot soon.
Are you still 100% sure?
It was in court, Drew. Drew, it was in court. The lawyer pressed the button and played it. It was in court. It's being reported by all the court reporters that were there. We had some things do happen, bro. We have to believe some things in life.
Damn, that's crazy.
It's insane. I was sitting there with my mouth open. Diddy was sitting there with his mouth open, bro. They said that at one point Diddy got up and his lawyers had to slam him back down into the seat.
Yeah.
You imagine? Man's dead. And you hear the voice of a ghost just snitching on you in the courtroom.
Oh, man.
Like, can you imagine when Prince died, how Diddy must have been like, well, at least them secrets went with him. You know? Bro.
You need to refresh yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
People watching to just spike it on those moments. Who knows?
I'm going to be on a Holy Communion. I promised my niece. I just back from my Holy Communion.
Your mic's gone back down to where you can't.
Bro, we cannot hear you, man.
Yeah. Sorry, brother. You're gonna have to get that fixed.
We would like to.
I don't know. Well, I don't know what is wrong. I'm thinking it's wrong with mic because I put the before I put the different headset and the mic, and there was the same. Or is my PC or?
I hear you trying to explain, but we can't hear you, so I can't. I don't know what you're saying. I can tell you're trying to explain, but.
My dog is crying. I think she wants to walk a bit. I don't know if you can hear her.
The dog.
You got a dog, Zeusy?
Dodgy
Yeah.
dog.
I thought you had a goldfish.
You know, Zeusy walks his dog. We're not getting a retracement.
Yeah, we pump when you walk.
Thank you, and I apologize for Friday's nights where I was being out of there. I have many things on my
You were fine, man. You were good. No worries. You were fine on Friday.
You know, Drew.
Yeah, man. You've been going through a lot. You're good, man. Don't worry.
Yeah, I try. This community is the one of the best. Why? For a long time, I have nice fun. Nice fun. Everyone understands. Everyone
Yeah,
is doing well.
it's good times here, and when we hit the bear market, we're gonna start playing some poker and maybe start doing some other activities. No,
Something to keep us entertained.
all the time I'm
GTA,
high, high, high.
GTA 6 should be out by then, no?
Yeah, right.
We could all get on some Gears of War. I mean, not Gears of War. What's the one? Wait, hold up. Man, my mind just went blank. What's the one you're working with, D-Block?
That off the grid.
Yeah.
It'd be funny to get a game going.
Discovery
got, like,
Channel. Discovery
Oh, that'd be
Channel.
fun. All of us in a private lobby. Oh.
We used to do that.
Yeah, I don't want that. We did that already. That didn't end up too well. Friends turned to enemies that day. Nah, to be fair, it wasn't necessarily fair. Like me and Cupcake went in there and smashed the shit out of everybody. But y'all didn't really play Call of Duty like that. But I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of disrespectful. It was bad.
I was getting
With
lit
spawn
up.
camping, bro. We were doing extra. We're doing all types of shit. Bro. I was pulling out all the tricks. Cross map grenades into spawn points, just all the disgusting stuff. But
Did someone playing Battlefield?
I used to play Battlefield back in the day.
I played Battlefield.
To the arena.
Big boys coming in. Big boys coming in.
Yes.
She tricked me. She didn't want to go out.
On D-Block, everyone is selling. Everyone is selling red. Red.
Yeah, false alarm, guys. False alarm. The dog does not need to pee. I repeat, the dog does not need to pee.
She wanted the candy, a bone.
Greyhound. We see the. Did you watch the movie Greyhound?
We got a little support at 1094.
It's Navy stuff, no, Greyhound?
Did I miss something here? Does walk the dog mean something else?
It's Zeusy. Just every time he walks the dog, Doge used to
I know.
pump for no reason and shit.
No, I'm just saying we could talk in
A code, yeah.
in code here or something.
Yeah.
Walk the dog. Okay, Zeus.
Yeah. The dog does not need to pee means the pump and dump has been canceled. I repeat, canceled. Nah, it's funny. We can joke around like that now, but eventually we're gonna get to the size where we can't even joke like that anymore.
Yeah, it's YouTube channel, so everyone listen. Yeah, we have red.
Like when you have 100,000 subscribers, you can't make jokes about pump and dumps anymore.
Until they stop me, I will keep going. The always enchanting tale of star-crossed lovers.
And I'll tell you what, I'm so tempted just to like open along right here, just wait. But I want to wait until we hit back down at like 108, 107. So I feel like we're not.
Just wait for momentum to shift, guys. We know the play. 50 EMA, 13 is way above. Momentum is still bullish here. So if you're thinking about going short, yeah, you can try to catch the top, and but
No, he was talking about going long.
Well, then you'd have to wait for support at that 50, right? If it doesn't break, if it doesn't hold, then you can buy lower.
No, I'm happy. I got a 110, 350. So like I'm in good position. I want more.
Yo, D-Block, you remember how people on the YouTube, like back in the dog days, people on YouTube, they thought that we were like actors and that we were reading off a script? Or something, you remember that?
Yeah.
Or
they thought,
like actors.
or they thought it was recorded a lot of the time. A lot of people thought we were in the same house.
Yeah, they thought we were like in the same room, that like we were all in the same room together or at the same house together.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. We used to fight. Well, not we, because I didn't get involved in that shit. But they used to fight like they were in the same room together.
Right? Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Like you would swear
Yeah,
that
some of
it's
that.
right in front of each other. You know?
Crypto Cipher House 2026 is what I'm here.
And cameras in every room. Throw it on Twitch. I need like 15% of the AdSense and the subscriptions. To have like like all the other streamer houses. Nah, that'd be horrible, bro. Can you imagine? We would get on each other's nerves.
Everything always is cool until it's not, and then you end up having like, yeah, it's cool until it's not kind of thing.
We'll call it a crypto shore.
That is true, yo. I mean, I guess yeah, Jersey Shore. I guess like MTV. What was that? There was one on MTV before where they used to put a bunch of people in the house and record everything. What was that called?
Real Life.
Real Life. Yeah, Real Life is what started all that shit. Or Real World. That's what it was.
Real World.
Yeah.
Well, we could call it the Cipher World. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Puck was my favorite character. Remember Puck?
Lucky.
Dude, I'll put Charlie in the house together.
So we
I'll come
doing a
visit.
cipher meetup during the bear market?
Let's start the show.
Yeah, we'll work something out. We can work something out.
D-Block.
If enough people are down.
Miles played just hitting the switches, yeah.
I got it all figured out for you, Drew. So you got the Cipher House. You get a bunch of these people up in there, and they're recording their daily events, right? And then you make a whole other channel which covers the crazy shit that goes on their channel.
Yeah, I definitely vote Drew to run the Cipher House. Yeah.
Shit, he's got my vote too. Like I said, I'll come over and visit. I'm not living with you,
We don't need no high-powered
lunatics.
screams. I bring both.
Ain't no party like a Drewski party.
Oh, we'll be hanging.
No baby oil.
Don't get me started. I'm getting excited.
Rockets. Big bars coming in.
It'll be featured on MTV Cribs.
Stars hear me.
Hey, Red.
I live for the applause.
This green candle, like your mommy. This red candle.
Somebody in chat said Clive will deliver pizzas to the Cipher House.
Yo, Clive's gonna be making high powder just
Art requires a certain cruelty.
Marcin, we still can't hear you, brother.
You can tell him. You can tell him green candle, you get the toy. Red candle, you get no toy.
Oh, I guess Drew can hear you. Drew's the only one that can hear you. But nobody else.
I can hear him.
I can hear him. Turn him to 200%. 200%.
I can hear him too, but you are pretty quiet, though.
Okay, I can already make another hunter.
He was only quiet on YouTube for me. I bet.
Through my work,
Tomorrow I'm going
shall
to make you
transcend.
No, I think
Nice.
your mic. I think your mic is fine, man. It's something else.
My friend, this is the say. Play with me. I'm playing all of the world in Battlefield. And then the Discord sometimes is funny hear me for a couple.
So I think people hear you. Sometimes it's hard to understand. I think that's what the problem is. But
No,
people
he's
hear
low,
you.
bro.
Oh, he's
You
low.
can barely hear him.
You can right click on his name in the voice chat and turn him up to 200%. That's what I did, and I hear him a little bit better. Boost his volume, like.
So you know what you
stuff.
can do?
What's his name? Marston?
Marston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, boost him.
The point I'm trying to make though is that people aren't gonna know they have to do that, and he's just gonna keep getting spoken over.
Yeah.
My son asked me, Dad,
My audience awaits.
what are you doing? Are you selling or buying?
Now that
I was like,
is what I want to
I'm buying.
see.
But on the red, I'm selling.
Smile. Everyone is watching.
And he is just only 10 years old. I'm like, please,
It's good that he's curious. Yeah.
please promise me you're not never going to work for someone else. If
Everyone wears a
you're going to
mask.
learn this,
I just chose to
never
create my own.
life doing
You
work
gotta
for
make
someone else, you're going to understand how the market works, and you can work and live anywhere.
Taylor tweet.
What's the Sailor tweet? Anything important, or is he just selling?
No one has ever lost money buying Bitcoin.
That's what we were saying earlier. You can only say that a couple times during the, you know what I mean? On that wick, that was 1000% true. Nobody's ever lost $1.
He just got 10,000 views in 1 minute.
Learn what beauty truly is.
The daily is in, and Bitcoin closed it at 1097, which is pretty remarkable. We do end up in a bullish candle. Yeah, bears need to bearish engulf it now.
Life has no meaning, but your death shall.
Yeah,
Man, the
Adrian,
Bears
it
are
did.
cooked. Man. Bears are dead.
Adrian, it did put in a larger W.
Bears are away for the whole season, guys. In my opinion, there's too many rifles pointed at them. The woods are pretty, the foliage is down. We can see where they're at. They're getting shot left and right. Bang, bang, sniper, sniper, sniper. They're out, man. They're done. They're toast. They're cooked.
But they need
be
Bitcoin
back.
now. That's the problem with bears. They're running out of Bitcoin.
Well, the problem is these bulls are going to turn to bears very soon. That's the whole thing. But
Never take your eyes off a bear.
yeah, and if don't run away from a bear either. Walk slowly.
I live for the applause. You will die for it.
Elon Musk told me.
But we should see a sign of that, right? We should see Bitcoin being in a downtrend while alts are in an uptrend. We're seeing the opposite. Bitcoin is still in an uptrend while alts have kind of started a downtrend.
Yeah. But today,
I agree with that.
but not today. Today, right now, it's doesn't have enough time to really decide what it's done yet. Bitcoin still has to figure out if it's going to hold the support after it broke it.
While Dominus is at resistance, it did a green candle, bullishly engulfing yesterday's candle. No, oh wait, that's the hourly. I mean, Dominus just closed the high, no?
Yeah, we got some buys coming in.
I must
Yes.
wait until the composition
Ooh, big buys, big buys.
is perfect.
Oh.
You know what we haven't seen since like we started trending up is like a nasty flush of everything.
Oh, this is a new daily candle right now. Oh, interesting. We're on
yes,
a new
but
daily. Look at this. Let's see. This is gonna be very important. How if we can hold this momentum on this daily candle, it's off to the races.
What I say like half an hour ago,
The-
the level.
The massive flush you're mentioning doesn't make any sense right now because we're getting paid. I just got paid on ETH to stay in my long. Like there's no need to get rid of longs because there aren't that many. So that's why we're able to just dump 5% and pump 10%, and like it's there's still no need to flush.
The market is still like heavy short. I don't know.
Well, it's not heavy short, but it's like it's barely positive. Like it's about to shift, I guess. And price can still dump. We don't need to have people go long like ham for it to dump.
Every Joe and Larry. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I thought you
Oh no,
finished.
I'm done. Actually, my
Every
dog is
Joe-
not barking. She wants to go out after having eaten her a bow.
Every Harry, Dick, and Joe and Larry that are kind of like in tune with the markets and like to show off and are swinging around big bags, let's say multi-millions, and they're accredited investors, sophisticated investors. Let's see, they can't not have one Bitcoin at least.
It's smaller than the
So right now it's like, $100,000 investment. That's not that much. That's like, I'll throw 100 G's on something for some of these guys. It's not too much. So this is the apex level right here that, people want that one Bitcoin. It's a psychological thing. It's like now it's getting very expensive, even for the big boys. So like, oh, it's past 100 and I still don't have any. I better get at least a few of them right now. They want at least 5 Bitcoin, right? $500,000 worth. So we're going to start seeing at these levels every time it gets closer and closer to 105, 100. I think bulls are just going to step in and buy. And like, I don't think we're going to get a big retrace to 101. If we break 105, then we would have to test 101, and I don't think 101 would hold. I think we would go to 97,005. But I think the bulls are just going to stay in here, and new money is going to slowly come in because they just want that 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 Bitcoin.
But if you're looking on a RSI, on a Bitcoin, we still never pass as 80 on RSI on a Bitcoin, and this is low for.
On what time? What time
My
frame?
theater is the
5
moment.
minutes. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. And look, and we reported.
That's a signal to buy those.
Like that.
Oh, I like the dog bark, yeah.
But we never like night
Yo, he's going wild. I think he wants
nice doggies dogs.
I think they want you to get some dogs.
Oh.
They'll let the dogs out.
I like a violent composition.
Oh, come on.
Shall choreograph
109679.
I've outdone myself this time.
Yeah, I agree, but I think it's not just the past 100. I think Bitcoin has to get, figure out where its price discovery is, get rejected, find support, and start ranging a little bit, not dump. And if we range, even as long as we range somewhere above 100,000, I think the alts will start pumping. But I think Bitcoin still first needs to find out its price discovery, where it's going to be, because I don't think 11,000 is enough. I think we can push it a little bit higher.
I cannot be good.
Well, yeah. Right now we're gonna. Some of them, yeah. No. Yeah, but you can't say everyone. There's people that like to go in stables. Some people don't like to experiment in all coins. They just go in and out one position to stable.
Inspires.
Like me, when I swing for my Doge, I just go straight to stable. Even though I could find some other lower cap coins, like I can look for mid cap, lower cap, but right now I'm just back and forth from stable coin into the Doge.
Face the crowd and bleed for them.
Has that been working for you, Drew? Like,
Yeah.
it's given me like peace of mind mostly, but it hasn't helped me compound during this time.
Yeah, I've been collecting more coin on the scalp, so not too many, but it's been growing without me having to put more dry powder in. So that's kind of the key. And when I do put more dry powder in, I only do kind of like save myself coming into a dip. But yeah, it's been working these last 3-4 weeks. I've been even these last 3 dumps, man. I don't know how I was able to get them, but I got all 3 of these scalps. I was able to get them.
Every element must be in place.
Not you, but you are the second. But the lady was accusing her boy.
She likes Sui.
Look at these.
Yeah.
Man, the aggregator is singing right now. The aggregator's screaming.
The world is cruel. It doesn't have to be.
Big buys, big buys.
Good God, dude. Back to 110. They don't want it.
I'm gonna send it.
They can put music on NFTs, but they haven't quite figured out voices on a coin yet. But you can. Thank you, man.
I provide
all our Cypher women have beautiful voices.
I've been called worse, so.
You've awoken something deep inside me.
Just don't say Cypher chick.
The sweet smell of science.
Are you in Europe, Marcin, or where are you at, bro? Oh, nice.
Behind every mask
Ah,
is another
okay.
mask.
It's smaller than the diagram.
You're a globetrotter.
Life
Yeah.
has no meaning, but your death shall.
Looks like we got Bitcoin back over 110,000.
Isn't that wild, man? $110,000. Whoa.
Stars hear me.
110.
It needs to somehow make its previous all-time high before it.
Yeah.
It's pretty. Ethereum sitting down at like 50% of its all-time high. You know what I mean? It's pretty rough. Can't wait
Yeah,
for
the
layer
blue
2s.
chips haven't even really run, have they? They're just chilling.
They're just diddling around.
Eventually, dominance will die out, and then money will transfer into those guys. But just surprising.
I
I
hope
was
so.
at least expecting Ethereum to tap 3,000 when Bitcoin tapped its new all-time high.
Yeah, at least
Or
like
XRP
28,
back to
29.
$3 or something.
Yeah, at least like 295 or something on XRP. At least keep people stimulated again. We're getting nervous almost.
Well, I mean, I was
It could just be a matter of time, man.
$2.50 on XRP, but it didn't even get
Yeah,
there.
didn't even get to 242. Yeah.
At 110, what the hell are you doing?
I know, dude. They're suppressing every altcoin right now. It's crazy.
I think, yeah, people are like the big whales are busy on Bitcoin at the moment. You know, like the alts will get their time. I think the alts will have their time once you get that rotation out of Bitcoin into the alts.
Why are you thinking about the H-bar?
Oh, H-bar, Hedera Hashgraph. Yeah, that'll. I mean, sure. I think all these big blue chip type cryptos that have a good project.
All right, I'm gonna walk away.
They will all have their turn of at least a rally. They maybe not all time highs, but at least something. They'll get something.
Yeah, H-bar moves a lot like XLM, and if I was gonna pick, I would probably pick XLM over H-bar. It's just my opinion.
Hell yeah, cuz.
But did you bring insight, like look on the inside of what they're doing, what they, how they're working in another project, how they
Imagine putting.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is the utility of the asset, and yeah, I like assets with utility, definitely.
because whether COVID, COVID, by the COVID was H-bar was only one of the one. They monitoring every vaccine in UK. They already was working in UK. I think so.
How much money do I have? Do I have $11?
No one will say about the H-bar. These are so cheap to transfer. But they done so big job for so many countries, so no one know. And the H-bar.
Well, I mean, that makes sense. The first time I ever even heard of H-bar was when Trump mentioned it, or one of these guys who have done a lot of research on YouTube and have posted a video about your top 5 utility assets to look into. And that was the first time I heard of H-bar. It was either Trump or somebody. I don't know. So I haven't known about it that long.
About see white paper of H-bar.
I have gone to their website and read their stuff, but it just kind of reads like everybody else's shit, if you ask me. Just different shit.
Does it smell like everybody else's, though?
I mean, it smells a lot like XLM, man.
Easy.
Yo, I'd watch
Was your annual meeting a couple of years ago, so thank you for having us back.
Welcome back.
You got a robo-taxi right behind you.
We do?
Yeah, yeah, you can see it right there. And obviously you've been meeting with the Transportation Secretary.
Yeah.
Are you going to have full autonomous on the roads of Austin by the end of June?
Yes.
You are. What gives you that confidence?
We have cars driving 24/7 with drivers in the cars, and we see essentially no interventions. So we want to be very careful with the first introduction of unsupervised full self-driving, meaning that the car's driving around with no one in it. Right. So we're going to
no one behind a driver's.
Well, yes, and sometimes no one in it at all.
Right.
It's going to pick someone up. The car has to be incredibly safe. So we're just being, we have thousands of cars that are being tested.
You know what I foresee happening?
Which is creating some strange situations where we just drive.
Feel the thorn. Feel the thorn's embrace.
How many transactions XRP is doing per second?
I have
They're
it, but
both
do you
very
do you
fast.
have that answer?
I mean, they're both very fast. The whole thing is, man, these are all cryptos. They could be called A, B, C, or they can be slow. It's all who has the mind share, who has the hype, who has the people, who's got the mind share. But I think all that other stuff we saw, it's important, you know, transaction speed, security. But for price action, we saw like we're in an era right now that none of that matters, in my opinion.
I mean, you can't argue with that either. Look at these complete shit coins that got launched like this year that just people made bank on just because of the volatility, you know.
Yep.
And they mean nothing.
Exactly. Just be X, Y, or Z. It's just, you know, it's whatever the flavor of the day is, you know, because things got to go up and go down. There's got to be a yin. There's got to be a yang. There's got to be some fluidity. So, of course, man, it's like everything goes now.
My name's Ignatarius Gigantorino Rexless Rexoff Rentis, but my human friend named Smolder.
Be careful with that. True ice is powerful stuff.
Everything's mine to play with. Roar!
Yeah.
Yep. Let's pretend
But that's
Is that me breaking up?
not necessarily always because how secure it might not be secure. Security, speed, and I forget the third thing. What is it? Speed, security, and one more thing. You can't have all three at the same time.
Yeah, right. And you got to put one precedent over the other. And when you think about it and how the money markets move, it will always be security. And how do we know that? Because it takes 3 damn days for a check to deposit into your damn account as it is right now. So they're all about security and not so much speed, you know.
I mean, decentralization is the biggest one in the trilemma. But if you ask me, the one that's most important is how much it costs. Like, so, like, is it cheap, fast, and secure? Probably not. Maybe it's cheap and secure, but it's not fast. Maybe it's fast and secure, but it's not cheap.
So is
Maybe
that
it's
the
cheap and
third
fast,
part
but
of
it's
the
not
equation?
secure.
Do you think the price is the third part of the equation?
Price.
That's what I'm looking. Kind of like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that because you can always put past that cost onto the consumer. We live
And
that
that
every day
doesn't,
too.
and that's not a crypto thing. That's an anything thing. That counts for your carpenter. You want it fast? Okay. It's probably not going to be cheap, and it's probably not going to be done right.
Yep.
You want it done right? Cool. It's probably not going to be fast. It's probably not going to be cheap.
Don't even think about it.
Yeah, that's exactly what Solana. Solana falls into the fast, cheap, not secure.
And this one. So what?
Man, there's been any number of coins that have come out and claim to solve the trilemma, right? But they have to prove it. Casper needs to make it through 2 bull markets of extreme sort of transactions, and you know, Solana was claimed to have, solved it, and then they had to shut down over and over and over. Sui, as much as I love Sui, hasn't had to prove it yet. Sui's sort of proven it now, but it's, you know, I have to give it a full run. Santo, did you just come in here and skibbity? We're all screwed, bro. The brain rot got the Santo.
What's skibbity?
Just like that, just part of that brain rot culture. Skibbity toilet. Ohio fan intact.
That Drew ass. I didn't want to be the one to ask. I was like, I'm gonna figure it out, or I'm just not gonna ask at all.
That's so Sigma of you, Drew.
Do you see anything fun up there?
So, D, in your opinion, who would you say right now has the #1 use case for utility, main adoption? Out of all the communities?
Yeah, don't sleep on AMP, man. I was using it to get some gas the other day. Still with the
Hey, buddy, hold on, buddy. I was asking D Block. I wasn't asking any of y'all. Calm down.
Okay, my bad. My bad.
I'm trying to think. I mean, that's a good question. So you don't care at all about price appreciation, nothing, just what has the best utility.
No, I'm right. I'm looking at the coin that's going to probably get the most adoption in the near future, ahead of everything else, because it actually found a use case.
Okay, but now you're okay. Wait. Those are two different questions now, because I know coins with great utility that I don't expect to get great adoption because nobody cares about utility right now, and I know coins that are going to get great adoption that don't have great utility.
But what I'm saying is, once you find the utility, the adoption is guaranteed, because if it's
Is it?
put
Ask
into
anybody
use-
who's been holding utility through this, and I mean coins that are being used. CCIP right now is active on Chainlink. They actually have revenue for the first time, right? Which is rare for
You say, who is that?
Chainlink with their CCIP. But you haven't seen it in price appreciation. So like, you know, so is the question is what has the best utility, or what has the best
Well, I
chance
mean-
for adoption?
I mean, well, there's a few coins that's actually being used, but they just haven't
Revenue
because
for
of
what?
regulations and
Yeah, like I know
they
XRP is the obvious. I know you're in the back of your mind, you're thinking XRP right now, and I agree
Well,
with you.
no,
If
I
they
mean,
can pull off
I can
what
think of
they're
VeChain.
supposed to,
VeChain is actually being
VeChain is
been
being
for
used
quite
by
a while.
China in real time and doesn't have great price appreciation, right? That's like a perfect example of what I was saying before. So it's like utility doesn't automatically guarantee you price go up. The speculation on utility is where price goes up, where everybody thinks, oh, this is going to be able to do this, and then you start pricing up that asset to match that expectation, right?
I'd say USDC is the best utility coin.
Yeah, like if it's utility, pure utility, then you can't overlook stable coins. If it's transactions, you can't overlook stable coins. Only if you're talking about price action could you know, as an investor, obviously. But, you know, all the regulars, the ones that we talk about, the ones that didn't move when they were supposed to, your XRPs, XLMs, H-bars, Quant, like these are real utility projects with real partnerships and real world use that nobody cares about because it's just, you know, well, at least XRP, you know, as bad as it was with the XRP thing, at least that kept the name bubbling, right? It's worse than some of these utility projects that have great utility and nobody's even talked about them for like a cycle and a half until one day.
Right. I mean, XRP had an excuse why it didn't,
Yeah.
because it's, you know.
You know how they say there's no such thing as bad press. Like just having your name in the press, whether it's just because the SEC thing kept coming up or whatever, like through that downtime, it made people not be able to forget that XRP was a thing. You know, a lot of other coins just kind of got forgotten about. Still have good utility, but nobody talks about them. You know, ETH is another example
Come on,
of really
Billy
good utility, but shitty price action.
Come on, Doge Viking Norway. You know I don't care about no AVAX, dog.
So we break 23.9 on Doge, we should be good, no? It should be next should be 26 or something.
31 is my top if we can get above resistance.
Resistance will be 23.9.
Yeah, right around that range.
Gotta stay on my claws, like Mom always says.
You see the difficulty that you see the difficulty that Bitcoin's having closing even a 5-minute candle above old ATH.
Drew, we need that dry powder, man. Right now.
Yeah, I'm all in. I gotta go work the streets to get some more dry powder.
Maddie, I'm looking at the 50 EMA on the dailies for everything. Anything underneath the 50 EMA, in my opinion, if it's a good project, it's a discount. The closer you can get to it, the better. And you're at 100% in cash is really scary. I'm not gonna hold you. As much as I preach take profits, I will never tell anybody take all of it, especially when something's this parabolic. This thing could just go right now, and then that's when that intense FOMO kicks in. Right, when you don't have any skin in the game at all and things are moving. But yeah, there's a couple of things that are still cheap. Just make sure they're decent projects. Brett, Virtual, Sui, all of those would be worth looking into. Nah, what's going on, Dave?
Being bad does have its charms. Time to ignite some stardust.
Yeah, I've seen people say that has to come back down to the range lows. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think it has to. I don't think anything has to. The people who are saying that are going under the impression that that it works like an oscillator, like an RSI, like it has to come back to zero. But with the time that we have left, I don't know if I honestly don't see that happening. I know what you're talking about, though. I know that support that everybody's looking at. Well, not everybody. There's maybe like 3 or 4 people, but.
This is gonna be fun.
All right, Bitcoin is that? I thought I'm looking at Doge. So Doge is touching the local resistance or local high. Bitcoin's still chilling on the bull flag. Oh, Doge just broke it.
Doge.
You go, Doge.
Did come get you. You're supposed to be done at 7:30.
T. Grim, you got to open mic, brother.
Just now, 7:30. Sorry. Normally you go right till 7:30.
Yeah, Doge is having a little breakout here. A little nice.
Oh, come on, Doge. Doge.
Yeah, this is that bull flag on the daily that we were looking at the other day when I pulled it up for you.
Historically, those pumps are very impressive. Like historically speaking, they're not common, but when they happen, it's like, woof.
Oh, well, then it was perfect timing, right?
T. Graham, you got to open mic, brother. That's why you were moved.
Oh.
You're good.
Yeah, Doge is one of the only altcoins I'm looking at that just made that new high.
Yeah.
Solana made its new high from that drop.
I must have pulled this on log or something. Yeah, it looks way more impressive on bigger time frames. You can't even see what's going on like the 5 minute or 10 minute, but on the 4 hour we're breaking out of a really nice bull flag here. So you got a couple of levels to worry about before you can get sort of in the clear skies. 2485, 2522. And 259. You can clear that range. Then you'll be looking at 31 cents. I'd be surprised if it happens today.
Oh, stop talking dirty.
I said I'd be surprised if it happens today. There's going to be resistance there. So more likely what's going to happen, because this is a 4 hour chart, is that you'll come up to like 247 and then you're going to flag out. Right, and then it'll make another push to like 2.5 tomorrow or something. And then this is if we keep bullish, you know. If Bitcoin cooperates. But as far as Doge looks good.
Let's go.
Let's see what we got for vectors on the way out.
I'm always selling my damn Doge too early.
So the 31 target that I have here comes from the filling of this red vector. And that's where that target comes from. And then the target from this bull flag is actually 34.6. That would be our target too.
Bitcoin better cooperate.
Yeah, Bitcoin is looking like it's getting comfy at these levels. Like the liquidity providers, I think they readjusted. Some of them got the ranges, or new ranges, and I think we might stay in a nice little range. I don't know. Maybe keep on trying to knock on that resistance, but I don't think those lower ranges are valid anymore.
RH in YouTube chat said, does Elon still have the tweet power over Doge? A good question. That's a valid question.
Not as much.
He hasn't exercised it in a long time. If he does, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he hasn't had to prove it.
You know what? With Bitcoin right now, like if Bitcoin can just hover around all-time high for like a solid couple of days, that'll give enough time for maybe the alts to start catching up. You know?
Yeah.
It's like how do the alts get their piece of the pie kind of thing? It's usually when Bitcoin is either consolidating or, you know.
Bitcoin makes the move into the all-time high. If we're gonna break, if this is the move that breaks, what usually will happen is Bitcoin will make its way to all-time high and consolidate. Usually it's a Bitcoin only push. Then as it's consolidating, the alts catch up. Once the alts catch up, Bitcoin goes, and it's not until Bitcoin goes and holds, then the alts then tend to go parabolic. But that's when that's at all-time highs, right? And we only get that experience obviously once a run.
The last time XRP did that big move, you know, like what was that, November? It was like in a 10-day lag behind Bitcoin. It took 10 days for XRP to see the rotation, like the breakout.
Yeah,
Something like that.
I want everybody to know that even though I still think that Market Maker has what it takes to get this retracement, you are in probably the realest danger you've been in a while of getting left behind if you're not in position. That's not a call to FOMO. That's just I want you guys to realize where we are. Right? Things should retrace. If they don't, they're gonna break in a big way. Which means that run that we have, you'll have to sit that on the sidelines, or you'll have to degen in. Right? You'll have to chase.
Yo, D-Block, is that for Bitcoin and alts or just Bitcoin?
Well, I mean, if Bitcoin goes, alts are gonna go with it. You know, alts are a little bit more forgiving right now because you can still pick up some. You're not picking up alts at all-time high. Right, so alts are definitely more forgiving, but we're watching Bitcoin for that signal. But the same's to be said for, you know, the prices that we're at right now on alts. While I'm DCAing into these 50 EMAs on the daily, if Bitcoin goes, they'll go with it. It doesn't matter whether they hit it or not. Right? It's only in an environment where Bitcoin's going sideways and alts are on their own accord that they have their mean reversions, or that Bitcoin's also taking that mean reversion. But for it to run counter isn't really probable. Let's just say, sorry, somebody came in.
You know, on the bigger time frames, the mean reversion is still to the upside on these altcoins. On most of them, like.
So if you go even further time frame, the mean reversion is to the downside. So we go back to the beginning.
No, on the weekly, you know, just on the weekly, these alts are still below 200 MA. It's like they're trying to exit the bear market, honestly.
Welcome back, Zusi.
Yeah, I was gaming, listening to you while gaming. Sorry. But
have you tried that? Have you downloaded off the grid yet? I know you haven't.
No.
You should try it. I'm actually enjoying it. You remember we were talking about off the grid.
I still game like all the games.
What kind of games are you playing? Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah, old stuff.
Really. I got you.
But like for ETH, this could be just a mean reversion, right? Like it's like.
Yo, D-Block, what schemes do you recommend buying?
I haven't really been digging into skins. Me personally, not financial gaming advice. I've been loading up on laser sights and night vision for that blackout mode that's coming. There's a mode coming that's gonna be all right, and you know how the game is. You don't earn the attachment. So if you don't have a laser pointer, you don't have some night vision, you don't have a scope with some night vision, you're about to have to go to the market and spend your guns to buy it. But since there's no need for them right now, they're getting more expensive because a lot of people are doing what I'm doing. But you get what I mean? Like, nobody needed them in the daylight, so they were going for shit on the market. And then they announced the blackout mode. And yeah, I just went in there and tried to sweep the floor.
Yeah, I'm on PS5, so PS5 is about to move.
This really is a great channel, man. All the information you get here, D-Block, I bet even Tame is watching it.
Everyone's
D-Block, I have a hard question for you if you have a minute. On Binance, my ID is expiring, and I did the paperwork to get my new ID. You know, every 10 years it expires, and so Binance is gonna limit me to withdraw only, and it's gonna last like 2 months. And I have roughly 10% of my crypto holdings on Binance exchanges sitting there. And I'm going to be unable to trade for 2 months. It's going to be withdraw only, so I could withdraw the money to move it on another
D-Block, I'm on PS5, so it's about to go to mainnet.
I think you got Zusi. I think you've got Zusi muted or something. You just cut him off for the second time.
Muted me?